more than 100 are dead following a devastating earthquake in Myanmar and Thailand. As you can see from the footage, the 7.7 magnitude quake caused extensive damage, toppling buildings, destroying bridges and dams. Aftershocks followed the quake, with one as strong as 6.4. Officials say it could be weeks before the full extent of the destruction is known. Pope Francis also sent his condolences to church and civil authorities, saying he was deeply saddened by the loss of life and widespread devastation. And joining us now to talk more about this is Douglas Wiens, professor of Earth, Environmental, and Planetary Sciences at Washington University in St. Louis. Douglas, thank you so much for joining us. We've seen the images, but tell us, just how bad is this?
This is a really devastating earthquake. It's magnitude 7.7, but it's under an area that's very populated. And it's a relatively shallow earthquake. And all of those are kind of bad factors in terms of the kind of damage that we're going to expect. The U.S. Geological Survey has a little tool where they estimate the casualties and monetary damages. And it's possible that we'll see 10,000 or more fatalities from this event when everything's counted.
It's devastating. And Myanmar is one of the world's poorest countries. What kind of infrastructure is available to help out a struggling nation after such a damaging quake?
I don't know that much about Myanmar's infrastructure itself, but most countries that are less, poorer don't have enough infrastructure themselves to try to recover from an event like this. So it's up to kind of the international community and some of the other countries in the area to try to help them recover from this kind of disaster.
Well, what was it about this earthquake that made it so unique? 7.7 is incredibly strong. What determines how severe any given earthquake will be?
Well, this earthquake was on a major fault. There's a major fault going through Myanmar, and it's because the Indian subcontinent is moving north, colliding into China at the Himalayan mountains. And then the motion happens along this fault. And so there have been a lot of earthquakes in this country before. It has a history of earthquakes. And this fault it's essentially like the San Andreas fault. It's the same kind of fault. And so you can have the same kind of damage on this fault as we had in like the 1906 San Francisco earthquake. And I think another factor in terms of the damage is perhaps the condition of some of the buildings. I don't know for sure what the criteria are for building in this country, but we know, like from in the Turkey earthquake, the condition of the building was a big problem.
We know officials say the full extent of the damage won't be known for at least a few weeks. As you say, it's hard to say what will come of this, but what do you think is next for the people in Myanmar?
Well, I think they just have to survive the next few days. There'll probably be more aftershocks, and so there'll be a possibility of damage from aftershocks, although that will be decreasing in the coming days. And then there's just issues like where do you get drinking water from that's safe? Where do you get shelter if your building has collapsed? And how do the injured people, get medical care when there's so many, when it's sort of overwhelming the resources of that country?
All right. Douglas Wiens, thank you so much for taking the time.
Sure, it's my pleasure.